Great. Now you may notice when you watch some of the tutorials that we should put all your fondant in a bag as you're using it so it doesn't dry out. And also some people have a flat piece of plastic that they pop things in that they've already cut out, such as leaves and petals. This is a normal bag. You need a flat knife, no serrated edge. Just cut up the sides. This is quite a big one because I was doing a lot. Cut up the edges, and there you have it. Now this is quite thin, but I wanted a really big one for I was doing a lot of stuff. But you'll find that the smaller bags, the Ziploc bags, the plastic's a lot thicker and it's a lot nicer, and it's easier to work with. This one you have to sort of, it's hard to pull it apart sometimes, so the thicker bags are a lot better. So that's my bag. Now, formers, you will need something to put the your leaves in or your petals in. Now I use one of these, and obviously it depends on what you're making. You can either use a tiny one or you can use a big one. Now all I do is pop it over my shape. There's something in your house that you'll have that's rounded. Pop it in, give it a good twist, and then you've got your flower shape to pop things into. If you want to put a hole in the middle, which sometimes you will, you need to get something like one of these, lay it down and pop your hole in against the plastic. If you do it without, it'll tear, and very often you can see it's made ridges now, so you'll need to pop it back and give it a good. So that's the one for flowers. You can do something like this for leaves, which I made this one by rolling it over a rolling pin. But also, if you keep your eyes open, you'll find all sorts of shapes and weird and wonderful things. I've got this plastic, it had chocolate in it at Christmas. These are really good for laying a leaf inside. And the other thing that you can do is you can buy, they make ice cube containers, but they're long and skinny so that you can put them in bottles. They're ideal. Haven't got one, but they look really good for leaves. Haven't got one available at the moment. Oh, I've got this I use. You can use things across 2 containers, 2 tins, but I actually, this is a fruit bowl, but it doesn't get used as a fruit bowl. I use this for putting anything that I've got to hang, and I'll work around that and hang everything off the side of there. So there you go. Be really careful if you're hanging stuff and you've got a really heavy flower, because you'll put the flower on and suddenly it'll drop. Now if you're doing something like making something like this and the leaves are that sort of shape, what I use, nearly fell off my chair, I use spoons. So I haven't got a leaf made to show you, but basically I pop that, I can use one of these. These are already bent. This is the sort of thing that I use. Put the wire down. I just use spoons, lots and lots of spoons, so nobody gets breakfast in the morning because there's no spoons left. I think probably, I haven't got any, but probably if you're going to do a lot and you know you don't want to use all your spoons about the kitchen, you could probably get yourself some plastic ones. So that works really well. Now keep your eyes peeled for if you get bought anything new, you are going to get polystyrene holding it in the box, nice and safe. So keep your eyes peeled for that. In fact, once you start doing this, you tend to start looking at all sorts of things that you can use. So that was out of packing. And this one was also out of a packing box, and I like this one because it has some nice big holes in it. So my big heavy flowers, I can stick it in there. The other thing that I sometimes do, if you can get one with holes, is if I'm working, I don't know whether you can see that, I pop one of these on top and I actually push a flower through so that while I'm working on it I've got a bit of give, and it holds it in place and I don't have to handle the flower very much while I'm working on it. But just keep your eyes peeled for anything that you can use. Now, have I mentioned everything that I use? And do straws, bits and... Oh! If you can, get these. These are great. These were for the $2 shop. This one has my Tylose glue in it. And you need to keep that closed because it tends to disappear over time. Now this is another little pot. I generally use a plate or something for my dusting powders. If you're going to mix it with vodka though, and you might only need a little tiny bit, it might be a little bit of black for in the middle of something. Put your dust in, pop your vodka in, and I use this little thing here to put my vodka in. Don't throw it away. I used to wash these and use them again. Let it dry out, let the dust dry out, and instead of wasting it and throwing it away, if I need to use that again, I'll just put some vodka in, get a nice thick brush, wash it round, and you can use it again. So no throwing it away. So I'd like to do some more tutorials on actual flowers, ways of making flowers without using cutters. If you can't afford certain cutters, there's ways around it. I've actually done all these sweet peas with no cutter, so I'll do a tutorial on that. So I hope this is informative, and now when you're going around YouTube watching different people make flowers, you can make your own tools, and I hope that's a big help. Bye!